civilization.
And the world at KBER.com.
All right, man.
Utah's rock station for 25 years. We are the mighty KBER 101. I'm the good Reverend Helmut Von Schmidt. He is Metalhead Murphy. And this is the Salt Lake Soundcheck, your local music show.
Oh, man, I've been looking forward to this show for like a month now.
Yeah, absolutely giddy. Joining us live in studio, Parascientific Discovery. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Helmet. What's up?
Hello. Nice to be here.
What's going on, y'all? Why don't you introduce yourselves to Salt Lake City?
Okay, my name's Alan. I'm the founder of the group. We've been together for about 3 years.
I'm Gary. We do mostly the equipment and stuff.
Nice.
I'm Dallin. I just kind of investigate out there with them and have a good time.
And I'm Cole, and I deal more in the investigating just like Dallin.
Nice. So you said you've been together about 3 years.
Yeah, we kind of formed together in 2008. Formally, we got together as a group and decided to do this. We were all like-minded. We all had the same protocols in mind as far as investigating the paranormal, because there's many different aspects and ways of doing it. And we were all on the same page in agreement on how we wanted to investigate. And so in 2008, we formed Parascientific Discovery, and we've been doing it ever since. It's been real fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
So why don't we just delve right into to some of this here? You've brought some EVPs. Now tell people exactly what an EVP
Well,
is.
EVP stands for electronic voice phenomena, and what it is basically when you are conducting an investigation, whatever venue you might be at. Use a digital voice recorder to try to capture evidence. And usually the EVPs are voices that come through on your digital voice recorder that you can't hear at that present time, but they catch up on the digital voice recorder because of a frequency that spirits are known to use to communicate with the living.
Kick ass.
Yeah, man, this stuff really interests me. And like I was telling you before the show, I used to be really into this stuff until I saw too much.
Right.
I've had a lot of crazy experiences, and I'm looking forward to hearing these because the one you already showed us before the show freaks me out already.
Well, one of the places that we've done and investigated quite a few times was an old hospital in Tooele called the Tooele Valley Hospital. We've probably investigated it 4 or 5 times over the years, and there was one specific time that we were in the intensive care room in the emergency side of the hospital, and I asked a question, is there a woman here? We're trying to find out if there's anybody here, and we get a response that was pretty compelling.
All right, so here we go. Recorded Parascientific Discovery. Once again, the Tooele Valley Hospital?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a woman here with us? Is there anyone here? We need to know that you're here so we can document it. Please just look it up, Doctor.
So as you can hear, there's a woman's voice that comes through. It has the same acoustics as the room that we were in when we were talking. There was only 2 men in there.
What exactly did she say?
And to us, what it sounds like is it says that when I asked, is there a woman here? We need to know if you're here so we can document it. It sounds like a woman saying, they just talked to Dr. Kearns.
All right, let's listen to it again.
Is there a woman here with us? Is there anyone here? We need to know that you're here so we can document it. Please just look it up, Doctor.
No.
So,
we didn't tinkled a little,
and we didn't hear that at the time, and so if you were to listen to that recording without us, chopping it just for the sake of getting it here on the radio, you would hear that I just immediately ask another question as if I never even heard that voice come through. I go on as if we never even heard it, but when we listened to it, we were completely shocked, floored by that.
Did you get anything else from that particular investigation?
Yeah, we also during that investigation we're over on the labor and delivery side of the hospital, and we got an EVP that's probably 30 seconds long. That sounds like
holy crap!
Well, there were 2 investigators in this room in one of the labor rooms, and it sounds like the hospital is active, even though the hospital hasn't been active and used since 2001. And you can hear people going in and out. You can hear somebody paging somebody on line 1. Even though none of the electricity works in this building at all. So,
go ahead.
Oh, man, are you kidding me?
Okay, so if we go to, it's going to be active hospital. Right there.
All right. So here's another one from the Tooele Valley Hospital. About 30 seconds long. This kick ass.
I'm sorry, that's not the right one. It's the one below it.
This one.
There.
Okay. Are you kidding me?
Whoa, man.
Holy crap.
That's crazy. Now, I had a question for you. Now,
Okay.
a lot of the time, it seems like, the spirits are relatively friendly. Have you run into legitimate evil out there that really freaked you out and maybe questioned, like, whoa, man, we got to get out of here?
Yes, there was a specific location that we went into, which just going into this place in itself was really scary. We went into these mines called the Ophir Mines in Tooele County, and we were about 1.5 miles in this mine, and we brought these wheelchair batteries to power up all of our equipment so we can run electricity inside this mine while we were in there.
And that would normally give you like how long of?
Well, a wheelchair
like-
battery usually will give you,
4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours, and we had quite a few of them, so we were able to keep running the whole night.
Okay.
Well, we asked a question there, and we got a response that was pretty scary. And it's the Ophir Devil. That one.
All right. And
This is a response that we got back from our question.
all right.
That right there says, "The devil's in Eureka."
Ew, God.
All right, let's listen to that again.
Ew, yeah, I heard it.
Oh, God.
Jeez Louise.
I'd imagine it's probably a good thing you can't hear that stuff at the time. 'Cause-
Yeah.
And being that you're in a mine you're 1.5 miles deep in this mine that's been abandoned for years and years, it's not like you can just turn around and run out of there because it takes a good half an hour to walk out once you're in there. So you just got to man up and deal with the situation. So, yeah.
Creepy. All right, we're going to come back with more from Parascientific Discovery local ghost hunters joining us live in studio all hour. Right now it's music from King Nico, and it seems very appropriate. It's Survival on KBER 101. Super So Far, that comes from their album Soundtrack to a Moment. That is the Machinery Inside remix of Ocean Breathe.
Yeah, you can check them out online. Find them on the good old Facebook.
It's Helmet Metalhead and Parascientific Discovery. Ghost
What's
hunters
up?
join us live in studio. This is badass, and you wanted to revisit something that we heard a few minutes ago.
Right.
I set this up again for the people maybe just tuning in.
Sure. When we were investigating a hospital out in Tooele called the Old Tooele Valley Hospital, we were in the labor and delivery side of the hospital, and we were in one of the rooms. There's only a couple people in the room, but when you listen to this EVP, it sounds like there's more than one. And also, at the beginning of this EVP, you'll hear what sounds like somebody paging over an intercom saying line 1. But it actually, there's no power in this place. You hear a woman moaning. You hear a woman going through labor pains. You'll hear her say, oh, my God," towards the end.
And how old is this hospital?
This hospital, I believe, was built in the early 40s. And you have to think, back then when, people would go there to deliver their children, there wasn't epidurals and things like that. So a lot of natural childbirth and a lot of deaths resulted in natural childbirth. So.
And closed down about 10 years ago?
Yeah, 2001 I think was the last time that it was actually a functioning hospital. The eerie thing about it is on the back end of this hospital is an old folks home that's connected to it, and it's still active and still running. They still have people living there.
So they're adding to it every day.
Every day.
All right, well, let's take another listen to this, and now you kind of know more what to listen for here.
Oh, my God, I heard that, yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that woman scream, oh, my God?
Yes.
Oh.
And it just
Wow.
makes you wonder, we didn't hear it when we were there, all this noise, intercoms going, people talking, people
And that's busier sounding than a regular functioning hospital.
Yeah.
exactly, and so it's bizarre to us, and that's why we go out.
And maybe explain
do
like
this.
the residual energy for people who
Sure.
aren't really up on a lot of this stuff.
So basically, what residual energy is, it's like an imprint. So if somebody died tragically or somebody died a horrible death or something like that, and there's a lot of energy that remains there. And so, the spirit of that person is not actually there. It's just an imprint of that energy. So, and it kind of plays over and over again like a broken record or just like a tape player playing over and over and over again, unaware that you're even there.
Yeah, see, I've always wondered that because, I if I, bought the farm, I wouldn't want to stick around down here. I'd want to get to where I'm going, wherever that may be, and so I've always wondered that, like, why would a spirit be kept here? Because if it was up to me, I'm not sticking around. I want to be out of here.
Exactly, and I guess it depends on who that person was when they were alive. If they were somebody that maybe was not a very good person, did bad things while they were in life, they're afraid of judgment of passing on, and so maybe they stay in this realm and they reside here. Some people might just want to come back and revisit some of the places that they used to work or live or see family. It could be that kind of a possibility, and like I said, it could also just be residual energy that just keeps playing over and over again, unaware that there's even anybody watching them or recording them.
Now, have you ever run into on the other flip side of what I just said, I could understand having a weird sense of humor. I would like to come back and mess with my friends. Have you ever run into some playful spirits, that maybe doing things deliberately?
Oh, definitely. We've had cases where we've had our equipment moved on us, cameras moved. You can just tell that whatever it is trying to be playful. When we were in the Mercer Cemetery in Tooele County, I was standing over by a lot of where there were a lot of children's graves. And I felt the sensation of something grabbing my hoodie and pulling down, which would indicate to me that it was a child because, if it was an adult, it'd be pulling out rather than down. And it was almost like a kid was pulling down on my shirt to let me know, hey, I'm here.
Wow.
Playful type of spirit.
Could have been a little person.
It could have been. It could have been a little person. Frodo Baggins.
Come back to the show with us. All right. Have a nice cup of mead. We're going to come back with more from Parascientific Discovery, joining us live in studio. Local ghost hunters. In a little bit, we'll discuss the Great Saltaire.
Okay.
They've had the privilege of being the only ghost hunting group out there to investigate the Great Saltaire, and they've got some cool stories about that, and we'll have more from them. It's Helmet Metalhead, the Salt Lake Soundcheck on KBER 101, Utah's rock station for 25 years. Helmet Metalhead, Salt Lake Soundcheck, your local music show, and Parascientific Discovery joins us live in studio. Hello once again, gentlemen.
Hey, thanks for having us, Helmet.
This has been great so far. Giddy.
Yeah, dude, this is fun.
So, Saltaire, tell us a bit about that.
Well, Saltaire's never been investigated before we went there. We just decided to call them up one day, and we got their gift shop there, and we said, we're a local paranormal research team. We want to come out and investigate, and they were all for it. They said that they've had things happen to them that they couldn't explain for many years. There's a caretaker that stays out there for most of the time, and he's had some bizarre stuff happen, and so he was willing to let us come in, and he showed us all the hot spots of where things have happened. And
is he kind of like an old guy, like Old Man Higgins?
No, he was actually a younger guy,
all right.
And he took us around and let us around and showed us all the places that that were supposedly haunted and things where they've experienced things. And so we went out there, and we started out on the stage. And when we were on the stage, we can actually hear faintly big band music playing, even though all the power was off in this place. All the power was off, lights out, and everything. And we can hear big band music playing. The history of the place is kind of like a tourist attraction. It was a hotel at one point in time. A lot of people used to go out there for family gatherings and corporate events and things like that. And so there's kind of a carnival atmosphere. That type of music usually was played, and we were hearing it even though there was no electricity running. We can hear it in our voice recorders, which was pretty odd. We also went up into one of the apartments there where supposedly people were experiencing sleep paralysis, being choked and held down, people feeling as if their bodies are actually being violated as they're laying there by some unseen force. So we went in there, and we were in there. We could hear loud banging through the walls. We couldn't explain where we were. I sent Gary out to go take a look and see if we can find out where these bangings were coming from. He went all the way to the roof. He couldn't hear them, but we were hearing these bangings as if something was in the walls banging, letting us know that we're here. And it was pretty bizarre. And it was pretty bizarre knowing that we were the only ones. These spirits have never been talked to before.
For those out there that don't know, explain what sleep paralysis is.
Well, some people experience sleep paralysis, when it's a medical condition that some people have, to where they'll consciously awake, but their body doesn't wake up yet. And so they have that feeling of paralysis. They can't move any of their extremities. However, they're aware of what's going on. They can see around in their room, and they feel as if something is holding them down. And some people believe that this might be a spirit trying to manifest itself. Some people believe that it just could be a medical condition that people experience. So you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt. And, if you're a believer in the paranormal like we are,
I've had sleep paralysis happen to me on several occasions, and it terrifies me, man, because my brain's awake and yet I can't move. And I have had not necessarily an apparition, but a dark figure. 'Cause my eyes were closed, but I could see it.
Right.
And it was pushing me into my bed, and it just freaked me out.
Well,
man.
and that's exactly why we do this. We want to help people, educate people on what's going on out there, help them understand that this does happen, and that it's a very serious phenomenon. It does go on. We've experienced it all ourselves, and it's something bizarre, and that's why we do this. And when it gets scarier and scarier is when we get more excited and we want to walk into these things when most people want to run out. That's what we do. That's our job.
Kick ass. All right. In a little bit, we're going to come back with more EVPs. Some really cool, spooky stuff, and some cool stories that you were telling us off the air that we're going to go into on the air here in just a little bit. It's Parascientific Discovery joining Metalhead and I live in studio. It's a Salt Lake Soundcheck on KBER 101. Joining us in studio, Parascientific Discovery, local ghost hunting group. So cool.
This is awesome.
Let's get right back into some EVPs. Apparently, y'all have a couple of doozies for us here.
Yeah, so on this EVP, we're in a historic barn that was built in the late 1800s for a mill.
Uh-huh.
And basically what you'll hear is Dallin, he says, "Is there anybody down here with us?" And you'll be able to hear for yourself what it says.
All right, kick ass.
Is anybody down here?
You
hear that there? It says, this is what we believe it to say. We believe that it says, I go, "Is anybody down here?" And then it goes, "Shut up."
All right, so turn up your speakers, those listening at home, and check this out.
Is anybody down here?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's like a whisper.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. And what's more of the background on this barn that you're in?
This barn was built, and it was made as one of the historic flour mills. And what happened first is they started with the flour mill, and they slowly had the barn built, and then when the owner had enough money, he built himself a house that was right next to all of it. And slowly it changed hands over the years, and it's still around today also.
All right, cool. And then I know y'all were really geeked about this next one, so give me a good build-up on this next one.
All right, so this next one, we're using a device called the Spirit Box. Basically what it does is it scans radio frequencies for white noise. It doesn't stay on a station very long, just cuts through just really quick to supply constant white noise. And we're in a local business here in Salt Lake, and we're in the basement area. We got the Spirit Box going. We were taunting a little bit down there, trying to get something to happen, and you'll hear exactly what it says.
Okay, all right.
I just heard rape. Yeah, and you can hear it. It says rape, and then Cole reacts to it saying, "I think I heard rape." And then right after it says, "Don't be scared."
Let's take a listen to that.
Wow,
again.
let's listen to that again.
I just heard rape.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. That is creepy.
That is very creepy. Very creepy.
Wow.
All right, about to wrap this up, but one thing. I want, this question is for each of you individually. I want to know the creepiest thing that you've personally had happen to you, either on an investigation or I guess even just off an investigation. If something creepy happened, what's the creepiest thing that even made you go, "Oh my God"?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I would say probably one of the creepiest that we've all experienced was we all experienced it together. We were at the Mercer Cemetery in Tooele County, and we had a lot of EMF present in an area that was completely void of all electricity, and we had this just really loud growl, and we all looked at it at that direction at the same time, and it really startled us pretty good.
Yeah.
And you guys were kind of spread out. That's what you're
We
saying
were all
off the
kind
air?
of spread out, and we all heard it at the same time and looked in that same direction. Flashlights went in that direction at the same time, so that was probably the scariest. Yeah.
And that was where like a lot of your equipment went dead, right? At that exact time.
At that time, we had the night vision goggles that we had go out on us. We had the parabolic speaker go out on us. We had interference with our digital voice recorders.
Picking up K2 hits.
Yeah, it was all at the same time. And then after that growl, everything went right back to normal. So it's pretty bizarre. That's probably the scariest.
Yeah.
That's the same thing for you guys?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, why don't you go through the website and everything else that
Sure.
you guys have out there?
So if anybody is looking to educate themselves on the paranormal, they can go to our website, which is parascientificdiscovery.com, which we're still working on right now, but there's some stuff up there to check out. Also, you can find us on Facebook under Parascientific Discovery. On the 18th of November, we're doing an investigation at the historic Ogden Union Station, and we're inviting 20 guests to come with us. And the way that you can come with us is if you just send us an email through our Facebook or off of the website. Let us know that you're interested in going, and you can be one of the 20 that comes with us and investigates a really creepy place for the night.
Kick ass.
That's
All
awesome.
right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank you.
coming in. This
Appreciate
has been fantastic.